So a DEC POMDP, I've written out the expansion of what it stands for: decentralized, partially observable Markov decision, and then I kind of ran out of space.
Yeah, the P doesn't matter.
But you know that it's a POMDP, decentralized POMDP. And so the quantities that define the DEC POMDP are very similar to the quantities that define a POMDP. We've got a set of states, transitions, rewards, observations, observation function. The major difference is that actions are actually taken simultaneously by a finite set of agents. There isn't just one driver. There's actually a whole, too many MCs, really not enough mics.
Well done.
There's a set of agents who actually have some say over how the transitions works. So we're going to say capital I is that finite set of agents. Actions available to an agent is A sub little I for agent I. And the transition function is a function of the joint actions taken by all the agents simultaneously. So instead of just going from a state to a next state through an action, this is actually, you could think of it as a vector with one action for each of the agents in our set.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it really is a very similar kind of quantity, but we break up where the actions are happening. They have to happen jointly. And the agents themselves, their observations about the environment are also distributed in a sense. The agent I gets to see something that's a function of the agent and the state of the world.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is a model. In this model, all the agents are acting cooperatively because there's one shared reward function that everybody gets. If we actually split the reward function so there's a different one for each of the agents, we get yet another model that I'm not going to talk about called a partially observable stochastic game, or POSG.
Pause.
POSG.
I'm positive that would be interesting.
Yeah. So we could POSG this discussion at this point and have a side discussion.
More puns. The P stands for puns. So this makes sense and sounds great as a formalism goes, but I'm kind of I'm struck when you brought up the stochastic games thing. I was thinking the whole time, this sounds like game theory stuff.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's sort of clearly game theory when we have separate reward functions because every agent has its own personal interests. But this is right. So the DEC POMDP setup is a kind of common interest game, might be a word for it. The notion that there's agents acting independently, but they're all acting for the same reward.
So we could model this as game theory, or is this like some different way of thinking about it?
It's partway between game theory and POMDPs, yeah. It has elements of both. In fact, I guess it subsumes both. So you can represent any POMDP as a DEC POMDP with just one agent, and you can represent any common interest game as a DEC POMDP with, complete observability or maybe no states, that sort of thing.